Be kind. It starts within. Can you meet and greet each unpleasant thought and feeling with an embrace? Instead of throwing stones at anger, fear, and anxiety, can you laugh and share poetry together with these companions over a cup of coffee? Once I collapsed upon leaves in the Black Forest, upon a sand dune in Death Valley, upon snow in Barrow, Alaska. I saw that I was truly speaking for every comet, star, atom, and blade of grass. I smiled wide when Stephen King released a new novel, because he did so with us all. I sobbed with a little girl who hid in a tight ball in a closet after being beaten again by her father for the 20th time. I stood in wonder and rejoiced when a scientist in a lab somewhere discovered a new secret which will heal many. We are many and we are one. And after 52 years, I see fit to rise above my single self. After so many years of seeking, found. Upon every sunlit rolling hill, and upon each sea-bottom garden, upon all lovers' moans of delight, and every boo of every crowd whose team has been defeated. I will claim and be owned by all, every wound and every tune. I will utter each word of all poets, and dance with the vibrations of every musical note. And I will do so from the first curious microbe stirring until the last planet stretches too far and springs back upon the tip of this pen and begins again. How can I not be kind after all this? So be kind indeed. Love all unabashedly, with delight and without expectations. You are loving yourself after all. Thank you. And after the John poem, I kind of had to redeem myself.
That one always is fun though, because it's fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't want to read poetry to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just feel good stuff, like, let's see.
You're one of the people I talk to about Shel Silverstein's dark stuff.
I love Shel Silverstein.
And the dark stuff.
Yeah.
And the paintings.
Yeah.
The paintings that you never see in children's books that are just dark and haunting.
Yeah.
You gotta have the full spectrum. You can't just focus on one thing.
Absolutely. No, I agree.
It just makes you a better writer because, I mean, just think about what poetry is. Poetry, openness is hand in hand with poetry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's connecting, so you're just...
No, I agree. I mean, it's, let's see. Let's get close to the final.
Poets make me mad.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because they write such beautiful, well, for example, take Bob Dylan and Pete Seeger, Joni Mitchell.
Right?
They have wonderful poetry, but they seem to think they can put them to music. But then someone else gets a hold of it and actually makes music out of it, and that makes them mad. Until they get the first check.
Yeah. Leonard Cohen was a poet turned musician.
Yeah.
All right, I got one final one. This is in memory of Bill, who actually, I don't have the exact date of his passing, but since our last Creativa and this one, my best friend, Bill, died a few years back, and I wrote this one about him in honor of Bill. This is called Plan Z of Bill and Me. As it frequently does, the topic turned to zombies. This accounts for around 65% or more of my conversations. And just as often, I point out that the Center for Disease Control has a contingency plan for the zombie apocalypse. The center explains that it's all tongue-in-cheek and not jaws and brains and intestines. But it's not like this organization is known for trying to be funny. So draw your own conclusions. Anyways, if not literally, I think we're all fundamentally ready for a singular solution to our planet, which, no thanks to us, is becoming more like a kidney stone. And so great the multiplicity and severity of issues that we are willing to accept the assistance of our rotting friends. Goddess knows these religious and political leaders are far more decayed than the undead anyways. Perhaps their onslaught will knock down our divisions enough to mobilize enough semblance of humanity to reach a conclusion to this epic comedy horror. Or perhaps we will all go out in a blaze of glory. A warm belly better than the cold earth, they say. And if I want to wax a bit more existentially, I will, as such great intellectuals do periodically, LOL, point to metaphors and archetypes, mythology and geopolitics, social psychology. Hell, I'll even throw in the culinary arts. We are eating ourselves. Us humans are a fractal of the macro. Creation and destruction feed off of each other. Blah, 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 blah. Additionally, there are the mandatory questions. For instance, what are your favorite zombie movies? What are your choice of weapons? What do you think will trigger the zombie apocalypse, to name a few? And finally, and perhaps most importantly, if push comes to shove, how would you feel about becoming a zombie yourself? Personally, this vegetarian would be fine with it. But I could not agree to the slow motion, gimping moans of Romero or Kirkland. Screw that. I want to be a zombie on crack. A running, screaming, bloody son of a gun of a beast that rips it all up. I would be that dead dude who's wearing intestines around his neck and has bits of heart in his teeth. And the inevitable end to my stinking flesh would be when thousands of shotgun pellets blew up my yellow skull. Pansy zombies go quietly, a knife or a trip over a tall roof. Of course, the absolute worst scenario would be not to finally die at all, but rather somehow get stuck somewhere, freaking parachuting zombie who got hung up in the trees. I know that this has been ever by my standards, a long rant. Even if you don't like it, eat me. I'm going to end with a memory that I will in fact carry to my grave. My best friend Bill and I were completely dead set against watching TV in a nursing home at the end of our days. We were serious badass bastards who were going to run into a zombie horde. We would yell at the top of our lungs, "Hell yeah!" I love you, Bill. You are my forever comrade. All beginnings are, of course, but endings are beginnings. Thank you very much.